I grew up in Arkansas, so it's fitting that I'm headed back home to the Ozarks for my first Shamrock Tour. Regular readers of Roadrunner know all about the Shamrock Tours. 4 routes around a central location making a sort of shamrock shape. Fayetteville is the central point for my tour, and I'll be taking 1 route a day, saving the most famous for last, Arkansas Highway 23, the Pig Trail. The route on day 1 is a 150-mile loop to the northeast, stopping for lunch in Eureka Springs, known for its healing spring waters and its community of artists and riders. But first, a stop at the world-famous Pivot Rock and Natural Bridge. I think that's it right there. I expected them to be a little bigger, but it's still a nice place to stop and stretch your legs for a bit. Maybe the most interesting part of the hike is the little stone monuments people leave behind. All right, I think I needed to add my own for Roadrunner. Hopefully when you visit it's still out here. Put it right on the point so it's easy to find. Downtown Eureka is just a short trip back on a very sketchy Pivot Rock road. Be aware that Eureka Springs is full of twisty roads, unpaved roads, and steep hills disguised as roads, but it's a lot of fun. Speaking of different road surfaces, the Metzeler Turrence Next tires I'm running never let me down once. I didn't feel uncomfortable or out of sorts on any road I was on, even when I was reasonably sure my GPS was trying to kill me. All right, back to the trip. After a ride through downtown Eureka Springs, where you can spend hours or days if you have the time, and a delicious burger for lunch at the New Delhi Cafe on Main Street, I doubled back on US Highway 62 to visit Thorn Crown Chapel. It's one of the most awarded and well-respected architectural designs of the 20th century. Tucked back into the trees, seemingly made almost entirely of windows, it's a beautiful space. The last stop of the day is my favorite, Terra Studios, south of Fayetteville on Arkansas Highway 16. 6 acres of sculptures, gardens, art classes, mystery creatures, and mazes around every turn. With some clever editing and maybe I stepped over a rock or two, I made it to the middle. She may not approve that I cheated. Take a stroll, grab a snack, ring a bell. Hopefully it was White's turn. It's a must stop for art lovers, and you might even find a little bluebird of happiness to guide you on your way. Home base in Fayetteville is just 13 miles away. Dinner is at Crisis Brewing, but they don't serve food. Penguin Ed's Barbecue is across the parking lot, so grab some barbecue to go and pull up a chair at Crisis. Just make sure you take a rideshare home. Day 2 takes me on a 135-mile route southwest to Van Buren. Arkansas Highway 16 leads west to Lake Weddington and then to Highway 59, where a left turn takes you south into Van Buren. I'd planned lots of great pictures and videos at the Natural Dam Falls on the way, but a lack of rain made it a little sad. It was just the one lone waterfall. So that turned today into more of a riding day and not as much of a stopping day. But at 75 degrees with a clear sky, it still feels like a win. When you see a chocolate factory that says open to the public, how do you say no to that? After a milkshake for breakfast at the chocolate factory on day 3, I'm ready for the shortest route of the trip, about 80 miles west through Siloam Springs. It's another town built around healing spring waters, in this case, the springs flowing into Sager Creek. Siloam is less than an hour from Fayetteville on Arkansas Highway 16, a great stretch of road full of twists and turns. Downtown is home to various businesses, including shops, bars, and restaurants. My lunch stop is the Park House, a historic building that was once a hotel and is now a restaurant, bar, and Airbnb. After a very good lunch at the Park House, walk right across the street to this beautiful park. Walk off some of your lunch. I wonder if this is the actual Siloam Springs. That's how you pronounce it, Siloam. At least that's how the locals pronounce it. There's a lot to love about the town of Siloam Springs. It's my favorite spot of the trip so far, with great riding here and back to Fayetteville and kind of a quirky, artsy vibe. But I'm excited for tomorrow in Arkansas's most famous motorcycle road, the Pig Trail. The Pig Trail Scenic Byway is 20 some odd miles of Arkansas Highway 23 between St. Paul and Ozark. It's unknown where the name comes from. Wild and domestic pigs roaming the area, the road's resemblance to a pig's tail, or after the Arkansas Razorbacks mascot. Whichever origin story about the Pig Trail you want to believe, you should make a point to ride it. See behind me, this is where everyone starts their ride or ends their ride, or like me, gets a little drink of water and a bathroom break and then does it again. There aren't many better ways to spend 4 days than on your bike in Northwest Arkansas. Friendly people, great food, and miles of spectacular roads are all waiting for you. So what are you waiting for?